One of my favorite quotes is this quote that says, how you do anything is how you do everything. And so one of the things is if you want to have healthy meeting habits, you can't only have healthy meeting habits internally. You want to be able to have all those healthy meeting habits with organizations that you work with. Now, maybe some of those are, external partners, maybe some of those are customers or whoever they are, maybe they're advisors. You want to have those same healthy meeting workflows, having an agenda in advance, clear decision makers, action items, the history of everything in one place. You want to do that with everybody. And so the thing that we've really thought about is how can we actually enable that? And especially as Fellow has grown to as many companies as use the product today, again, many, many millions of meetings held on Fellow all the time. And if you have had meetings with another person who also uses Fellow, previously, what we'd have to do is we'd have to make you join as a guest on the other person's workspace. It was this kind of clunky workflow. And the problem with it was you'd have some notes in your own Fellow instance, but if you were working with someone else, you'd have to click on some other link. And it was a little bit of a mess. It was a good solution at the time, but we really thought that we could refine this process a little bit more. We wanted to make it super simple, right? If you want to have a meeting with an external person, it should be super seamless. And that's why today we are introducing a new feature that we're calling Cross-Workspace collaboration. And this is something I'm very, very excited about, but rather than keep talking about it, which I can do for hours on end, let's go and click on this meeting. So on my left, we have this meeting called External Partner Meeting. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And as I go here, one thing that you're going to notice is that it says share with 2 external attendees. Nice little prompt. And I have the option, I can dismiss it if I don't want to do this. But what I can do is I can click on share. And as soon as I click on share, I invite those 2 people. And now what's going to happen is those 2 other people, of course, these are all other email addresses that I have for the purpose of this demo, they're going to get an email. So I'm going to go in my other instance. And while I click on that, do you want to talk about what you would first use this for as soon as
For
this goes
sure.
live?
I was about to say, I am particularly excited about this feature because as a marketing team, we meet with a lot of agencies and external partners. And something that I find is that all of them are using Fellow for their internal meetings, which is awesome. But so far, like you explained, Aiden, we were having to invite them as guest users. We were inviting them as guest users to our Fellow workspace in order to collaborate on an agenda. So now with this feature, what I find fascinating about it is that we'll be able to collaborate in one node from 2 different Fellow workspaces. So it sounds very seamless, very easy.
Yeah. And this is what I'm showing here, which is, again, this is from my other account where I basically, added this in. And so this is how this feature actually works. Now, the thing that I want to mention is that we built in a bunch of things. So one of which, for example, is this visual indication that this meeting in particular has external people on it. So for example, here, what you'll notice is that it says that I am, currently viewing this as the external partner. And you see that that person has a particular icon there, which basically indicates that the person on the other end is an external user. So that gives you the hint. The other thing I wanted to say is here it says at the top as well, it says that another person has access to this stream. So there's these visual indications so that you know that you are now sharing this. Like you're linking up the notes on your workspace for this meeting with the notes with the other person, and they're using this together. So one of the things that for anybody that uses a product like Slack, for example, this is kind of like the shared channel concept. You can have, cross workspace collaboration on Slack with other companies. And this is that same concept with Fellow. The thing that I wanted to say is that it does not happen automatically. You explicitly have to do it. And then once you explicitly do it, we have all these visual indications to show you that these notes have been linked up.
That these external partners can read the note and have access to that note. That's
Exactly.
really cool. And something that I noticed as I was testing this feature, I assigned an action item to your external account. So it's cool to see that even the action item has that indicator that this is assigned to someone from another workspace.
Yeah, exactly. So that's there. The other thing that I wanted to note is, say that the other partner doesn't even know what Fellow is. It's the first time they've heard of it. When you click on the share button, they get an email. When they click on the email, they can see the content. It's super frictionless. Right away, one click, they see it, the content of the note, and they don't have to create an account. Now, if they want to engage in, if you want to also collaborate and edit the content, they can then click to create their own workspace. And then in their own workspace, they're going to be able to collaborate on that note, and it will be linked. And, we won't show it here today, but there's also the ability for you to, even for a particular meeting, have your own notes that are not shared with the other person, and then also have notes that are shared. And of course, private notes is another way to do that. So the idea here is we just want to give you the ability to take all of the great meeting habits that you have internally and also have them externally. And up until now, this is not something that was possible. So very excited to make this available for everyone.
And as always, our product team just makes it look like magic. Wow, I'm always impressed by their work.
Yeah. And so it's such a big feature. I feel like it needs some sort of a celebratory GIF of some sort. That I don't know if you have anything handy, but if not,
Oh my God.
we can go grab one.
I always have games ready to go in Fellow.
Oh,
So
do you?
why don't we just
Okay.
embed
What do
this
you
one
have
here?
today?
I am
Oh,
mind blown by
that's
this
an
feature.
appropriate one. I like that. That is a good gift. That was very good.
And
So
yeah, for our users in the audience, in case you didn't know, you can always embed GIFs in Fellow. It's such a fun way to make meetings more interactive and dynamic.
yeah, I mean, this is pretty awesome. Of course, like, comments, reactions, GIFs, embedding, spreadsheets, documents, videos, whatever it is that you have. We now integrate Miro boards. I mean, we integrate with everything these days. And so, and if we don't integrate with it, please send that to us on our feature request page. And with an upvotes, you'll see it in an upcoming product launch. So